It is such a difficult time to be anything to do with Manchester United. Imagine how hard it is to be the manager, Ruben Amorim, from clubs all over the world, beating you in any manner and form, even when you've stuck on your system that so many people don't get. Some of us do, but the majority out there are saying it's not convincing to now a small club in Portugal. Okay, I say small, comparing it to Man United. Benfica are saying they want Ruben Amorim. Their incoming or most likely next president was at the Etihad to watch the Manchester derby, hoping with his delegation to convince him that they could offer him his exit route. Listen, Manchester United is becoming a laughing stock, honestly, but don't let it happen. Don't you be a part of it. Just be that person who understands that we are in a process that will get better. I'm going to tell you why these funny stats are not anything of concern to anyone who looks at the positives in this Manchester United team. My name is Webb. This is the United Hotspot. We are powered by DSTV, and in this video, I'm going to talk about anything and everything Amorim, to be honest. I'm going to talk about just Ruben Amorim, 360, all round, from the dubious stats you see on the screen right there to the facts and the reality of where Manchester United is and why we should just calm down, just like you should calm down and come learn how the internet pays, understand the business of the internet. In 2025, how do these young people who earn so much money online do it? Learn how it's done. Let's get into it. So, there is this report that came out earlier today suggesting that Benfica's potential next president, he's a candidate, he's believed to be a leading candidate for the Benfica presidency. His name is Joao Noronha Lopez, was at Etihad Stadium to watch Ruben Amorim with his delegation, hoping to make a statement and perhaps get an opportunity to talk to him and offer him an exit from this misery that is seeing him be ashamed by the world. And of course, there is reason for him and so many people out there to feel like Ruben Amorim perhaps deserves the sack. There is reason why. Look at that. That is Manchester United's winning percentage and percentages of all the managers United has had. That's their winning percentage. Amorim has got the worst of all. That's credited to Sky Sports. Now, Ferguson had 59.67. This is Amorim has made the worst win percentage of any permanent Man United manager since World War II. Now, these are people digging all the dubious stats, of course, to make it look as bad as they want us to believe it is. And they are right. The stats don't lie, do they? So Ferguson had 59.67%, Mourinho 58.33%, Ten Hag 54.69%, Solskjaer 54.17%, Moyes 52.94%, Van Gaal had that, Bassby 1, Atkinson 50%, Doherty had that, Sexton, Oforio, McGuinness, and now Amorim has the worst of 36.17%. Terrible, isn't it? So what? That's the question I ask. So what? Let them bring the stats also. Ask this. Let them bring the stats of the Manchester United managers whose teams have made the most shots, how many shots they have made on goal in the period Amorim has been there. Bring the competition they were playing against at the time. Bring the circumstances of what squad did they inherit, what system were they playing, and which players were they having. Again, bearing in mind the competition they had. Guys, let's not just, you see, you're supposed to analyze and interpret stats. Stats, they say don't lie. They do lie at times because stats require context. Anything in life requires context. If you don't take context, I will tell you, you will not listen when we say, as Man United in their current state played so well despite losing against Arsenal, because you do not want to listen to context. All you care about is did they win or not. You just want a win. If you don't take context, you will not understand why Ange Postecoglou had won the Europa League, which Tottenham had never won, and was sacked the next day. If you don't, context doesn't matter to you in football, you won't understand why Mikel Arteta has been at Arsenal for 6 years and he has not been sacked despite not winning a trophy. If you do not take context, you will not understand so many things in football. Why Victor Osimhen would perform the way he performed for Napoli and is disposed of the next season. And context is everything in life. That's why they say, even when you have a fight with someone, you want to listen to their side as well. Or also get to their, understand where they come from, context. So, Amorim's situation, however bad it looks when it comes to stats, must be looked at with context. Without context, you will sack Amorim, you will not understand why. I will say with authority that Amorim, in the short time he has been at United, has done a lot better than so many of these managers who have got a better winning percentage than he has. The impact he has had, because you don't respect context. You don't listen to context now. If you don't listen to context, for me, I will not have an argument with you about football. Because then you won't get my context, just like, because you don't respect context. Everything. Analyze Amorim's stats. Let these people not corner you. Play for them this video. Let no one corner you saying, justifying why Amorim. Because this guy is this anti-Amorim brigade. And I like that Sir Jim Ratcliffe took his stand and said, we are backing this guy. Because the context. And I'm telling you guys, people who expect Amorim to be sacked now, you're not serious. Sacking Amorim would be, I mean, you're admitting that you failed. That's what it would mean to INEOS. It's the worst thing they would do. It's like you're saying, we went and thought and we bought this club, we had a plan, we looked around, we researched, we have all this money, we got this guy, bought him from his contract, he wanted to stay, he wasn't in a rush, we said come now, only to give him this money wherever they got it from, but he wasn't the right guy, we are wrong. Well, they did it with Dan Ashworth, how they were quick to buy him out of his contract and sack him in weeks or months. If they did that with Amorim, who would ever have to trust this Amorim, whatever team? And we will also say, bring Glazers, come back. You can't trust such a guy to take you where. So they must stick with their guy. Whether he's good or not, they must stick with him until Amorim says, I'm tired, and he resigns. And in fact, Amorim should be telling, they should be begging him, because I feel like if you read his tone, he's tired of the press, the pressure. He sees the positives that are happening, but it's easy to get tired when you're at Man United. You know the hard work you're putting in. You're seeing the positives on the pitch, more chances created. People only mind about the result. So you can get tired. You like, and I can see the guy with his ego and what. If he's over quizzed by these journalists and stuff, I feel like in the near future, Amorim is going to be protected. They will reduce the number of interviews he does and stuff like that. I feel like he's going to be protected in the near future. I feel like he's going to be protected. So, because this pressure might get him to resign, and if he resigns, INEOS are failing. But there is no reason for people to panic. So for me, I will tell you, these stats will come in your face. You might have seen them for the first time from me. They are credited to Sky. They dug them out. But I will tell you, INEOS are not sacking Amorim, but also there is no reason to sack Amorim. There is every reason to back this guy and the process. It doesn't matter whether we lose against Chelsea. It doesn't matter whether what happens after. There is every reason to trust it. Like he said, it's a mental thing, and I've said this before. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. This team can compete. It's a matter of time. Of course, the players, as they keep getting better players for the Amorim system, this system will beat people, destroy people proper. There are people who are still of the school of thought that Amorim should tweak his system to favor the players he has. What system favors them? You're saying a back four. Ten Hag played a back four. What happened? He switches from a back three to a back four, at times to a back five as the game goes on. What happens? The players are just not good enough for any system. They are just not up there. They are not at the level of the very best players in the world. Simple. You can see that most of the players are not at the level of Mbumo, of Cunha, of Shesko. You can see it. Most of the players in this team are not world class. For a team to compete now, you've got to have very good players. That's why Crystal Palace players like Eze are better, much better than Man United players. Eze has properly fit into Arsenal, one of the best teams in Europe now. From Crystal Palace, which United player can go in Arsenal and proper fit in it? Imagine, Arsenal did not even try to get Garnacho from Man United. He was not at level. United, we should swallow humble pie and accept that we are in a bad place and we've got to be patient with this guy and believe and trust that he's going to take us forward. That belief is what is going to drive him, drive the players, and trust you me. He has his weaknesses, which I'll talk about in my next video in my life. But his weaknesses to do with his body language. His touchline antics are not giving confidence to the players. He passes the jitters to the player. If I could access Amorim, I would tell you, stop, act better on the touchline. He was a footballer. You want to look on the bench and you see a Jurgen Klopp share you as a player. You fight for him. You see Mourinho. You see whoever, Arteta tries to fight for psych his players. Pep, if you pass, even has looked, folded himself on the bench, his team has been destroyed. But whenever he has tried to keep lifting them, they fight more and give themselves a better chance. So the psychology of the team is with everyone, from Amorim himself to everyone. Even Sir Jim Ratcliffe in the stands was showing. So you cannot expect the players then to be, but you can see that this process is headed somewhere and it's a matter of time that will firm up and look good for all of us. So Amorim, worst win percentage, who cares? He will be all right. My name is Webb. This is the INEOS Sport. We are powered by DSTV. Come and learn how to earn online. Cheers.